Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, to another episode of Clash of Clans Attacks, and today we revisit
the Apex of Doom.
But yes, this time it is on the losing side of these battles. You guys who know my channel know that I almost never post a winning base without following up with a how to beat it style video, and that's exactly what we are doing today. Now Apex, the designer, the master designer of this base that is kind of reminiscent of a southern teaser, did say that the easy way to beat this base is to come from the bottom. Now it's an easy star for 50% almost always. It's very similar to, say, an open base design down at the bottom, and also very often players are getting up to the town hall as well, even though they're not getting to the Eagle Artillery early, and that is usually how this base gets defeated. Now in this case, Apex, as a Legend League player, is just barely trying to hold off the second star. 48% from this Titan 3 player. There goes the Grand Warden's ability very late in the battle. 55% there on the town hall. But there is a huge concentration of defenses in the area, absolutely raining down death and destruction, dogs and cats living together, and this town hall is not going to fall. Apex just barely hanging on to that second star with dear life. Those trophies so precious to these Legend League players who are forced to sit in the clouds for hours and hours at a time. The level 5 Grand Warden does his best, but it's not quite enough, and the town hall continues to stand. The last of the units are just about to go down. There is that Eagle Artillery creating craters all over the place. I do love that thing. That is probably the highlight of the Eagle Artillery, the graphic effect that it leaves after it strikes. But Apex holds on and loses 18 trophies anyway, a 54 trophy offer. Now we move on, and yes, sure enough, of course, I did say in the last episode I adopted the Apex of Doom myself. And this is an attack that worked out pretty well despite the fact that it came from the top right of the base. If you saw the earlier episode, you'll remember that attacks from the top of this base are usually the ones that fail. Not enough structures up here to get to 50%, and the town hall usually pretty well embedded. But that fourth jump spell, that may be key. And also right here, watch at the top of the screen as the units work their way off to the left like they usually do. But right here, as they finish the last archer tower, they turn back because the Eagle Artillery was still standing, working to draw those units into the next closest structure. And just because of where the jump spell was, the fact that the Eagle was still up, those units headed back after my town hall, rather than getting stuck on the wall like we've seen in previous successful defenses. So again, a long ways from 50% damage, most of the units down, but the Archer Queen has found my town hall. Barbarians have come pouring out of the clan castle, and many of them managed to avoid the poison spell, but between the Queen and the Grand Warden, and yes, the Archer Queen's royal cloak, my town hall is history, and so are a bunch of trophies, but the Apex of Doom holds off a 2-star defeat, so I am pretty happy with this performance. At Legend League, a 1-star loss is almost a victory just simply because of the number of trophies that are usually at risk every single defense, and sure enough, I lose double digits to 1 star. So here we go again, it's Galadon again, and this time it's a Titan 2 player who has found me, so not looking good. I love the 4 earthquakes though. Gotta give this guy credit for using 4 earthquakes and then wall breakers, no jump spells whatsoever. So you've got to be extra careful. He drops in the golems first, a few wizards, there goes a spring trap, and here come the wall breakers. And of course, I was predicting these guys would come from the right-hand side, so the spring traps were there, but unfortunately missed the wall breakers, 2 enclosures open, and of course, now this base has pretty much become the open base design because of the earthquake spells just annihilating all of those walls in the center of the base. My Eagle Artillery has left a nice triple crater design on the base right there, but it's not doing much else to stop this attack. Come on, Eagle Artillery. Man, I wish it had a buff for golems. Just let it do extra damage to golems, double damage or something like that, and that Eagle would definitely be more formidable. Once again, I've got my Barbarians all over the place, but this time a well-placed poison spell is taking them down. And again, the percentage of damage relatively low, but the Town Hall very vulnerable. And yes, sure enough, the Archer Queen and that stinking Royal Cloak get the job done for the first star. So this was definitely a sinking feeling, knowing that I had just been hit and successfully raided by a Titan 2 player. You know the offer is going to be big, and right there, with all that damage on the Warden, and of course, the Eagle finally dropping down, getting him out of the way. So this attack is going to wrap up, and I was just clenching my teeth, wondering what was going to happen, what is the count going to be, and here it comes, a brutal 15 trophies for just 1 star. So back to the drawing board, what will be next? Can you guys come up with a base that can win? Please let me know. If you do and I use it, it will certainly be featured in a future episode of Clash of Clans Attacks. And until then, thank you guys so much. I hope that I brightened your day a little bit. I know you guys brightened mine. And I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Galadon, can you do that to my voice? Sure, Peter. Go ahead and say something.
The gin box of doom.
That's not right.